Praise the Lord. Welcome to a daily broadcast, Word of Faith. So we are talking about the spiritual signs of Christmas. Now I said we are going to go very deep. So take down notes, write down whatever I am saying. Now, Luke chapter 2 verse 6. So it was while they were there, the days were accomplished, she should deliver. She brought forth her firstborn son wrapped in swaddling cloths, laid him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. So during Christmas nativity scene, you see Jesus was born in a stable in the inn because there was no room. Now what was this inn? Okay, an inn is a place where during those days travelers used to keep their animals there. There was fodder and grass and water for the animals, and they had room for lodging. It was a type of a hotel. Okay, that's an inn. But there is a story behind this inn. Okay, what is that story? David longs in now. I have very less time, but I have so many things to share. So follow me very carefully. I will try to explain it in brief, not in detail, because I don't have time. Now, David's son Absalom rebelled against him, and David was running away from Absalom because Absalom wanted to kill David. So when the king was running away, he meets a man in 2 Samuel 17:27, Barzillai. Remember that word, Barzillai. Verse 28, he brought beds, basins, earthen vessels, wheat, barley, flour, grain, beans, lentils. Okay, so he came to the aid of David, he supported David, he provided for David. Barzillai, remember that word, Barzillai. Okay, and he brought, verse 29, he brought honey, butter, cheese for David and for all his men to eat, for the people were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness. So look at this. Because of that, Barzillai showed kindness to David during his time of adversity, in his time of trouble. When David was dying, he calls Solomon and gives him instructions. Look at what he said, 1 Kings 2:7. But show kindness unto the sons of Barzillai, the Gileadite. Let them be one of those that eat at my table, for they came to me when I fled because of Absalom your brother. You see this? So David remembers the kindness of Barzillai. So what did David do to Barzillai? Look at what he did. When David was restored back as a king, Absalom is dead. So when he's coming back, he meets Barzillai and said, "Come with me to the palace." But Barzillai says, okay, 2 Samuel 19:31, and Barzillai the Gileadite came down to meet the king. Now Barzillai was a very aged man. He was 84 years old. So the king said unto Barzillai, 19:33, "Come with me, I will feed you with me in Jerusalem." Verse 34, Barzillai said unto the king, "How long I have to live, that I should go up to the king unto Jerusalem?" You see this? So he said, "I am 84 years old, but do one thing. Okay, I cannot come with you, my king, but do one thing. I have a son, okay, his name is Chimham." You have to remember this word, Barzillai. You have to remember the spellings, Barzillai, and his son's name is Chimham. Verse 37, "Let thy servant pray thee, turn back again, okay, but behold thy servant Chimham, let him go over with the Lord the king, and do him what seems good unto thee." Chimham. So what Barzillai said, "I cannot go with you, but I have a son called Chimham, okay, but he will come with you." Now David wanted to show kindness to Barzillai for what he did. And the king answered, "Chimham shall go with me, and I shall go to him, and I shall do to him what shall be good." Okay. Now, commentary said David had an inheritance from Ruth and Boaz in Bethlehem. Okay, he gave that place as a gift to Chimham. Now that place, Chimham, became a inn. Follow me very carefully. Look at Jeremiah 4:17. "They departed and dwelt at the habitation of Chimham, which is by Bethlehem." Okay, look at this. Here it is written again in Jeremiah 41:17. "They departed and dwelt in the habitation of Chimham." So I hope you're getting this. You have to listen to this very carefully. David was running away from Absalom. Okay. Then he meets a man called Barzillai. Barzillai helps him. David remembers his kindness. Then he says, I will provide for you. Then Barzillai says, he's old, I have a son called Chimham. Then David gave this ancestral property as a gift to Chimham. And that property was in Bethlehem because that came from Ruth and Boaz. Okay, very, very long lineage and story. So now that became an inn. That became an inn. And they departed and dwelt the habitation of Chimham, which is by Bethlehem. Jeremiah 41:17. Why am I sharing all this? Because Joseph is from the lineage of David. Why did he come to this inn? It is his ancestral property. You understand this now? No meaningless details in the Bible. Okay? So God bless you. My time is up.